In 1994, I found myself pregnant. I was a 23-year-old who had dropped out of high school earlier. I was devastated. And I wasn't sure if that pregnancy test was accurate, but I didn't have enough money to go get another one. So in the meantime, I had talked to everyone, my family, my friends. I was being pushed by family members, by friends to abort the pregnancy, that it was, early on, because not one person thought I would be a good mom. Not one person thought I was responsible enough to have a child. The option to actually have the baby and raise the baby was not one person even mentioned that. And also just feeling like this is such a consequence of my sin. I was in like that shame. So I came to the Hope Center. I got here, I came in, everybody was so nice when I walked in. And I went in, I took a pregnancy test. And the next thing I know, somebody walked in the room from the Hope Center, and they had this little white bag, and it had tissue paper coming out of it, and they had a big smile on their face, and they said, "Congratulations, you're gonna be a mom." It just took me by such surprise that someone thought, I could be a mom. I remember just thinking, wow, someone thinks I could be a mom. And I said to them, I don't know how I'm gonna, afford a doctor or anything like that. And they said, we're gonna get you signed up for Medicaid. We're gonna, help you. And I just held that little onesie. It was so little, it was so tiny. And it was so cute. And I just pictured, oh my gosh, what would it be like to have my own, to have a baby? Maybe God thinks I could be a mom. But I started to have hope. It was the moment with that congratulations, that little bag, that I decided, you know what, I'm going to do this. I turned back to God. My son, Austin, he changed my life. I mean, it changed the entire trajectory of my life.
My mom made a tough decision to choose life, and it wasn't the easiest one, but I believe it was the right one. She made that choice. Now I'm able to have my son, my wife. I coach lacrosse at the collegiate level. I'm able to influence 50 plus college athletes every year. And, without my mom's decision, that would not have been possible. So I want to thank the Hope Center for giving my mom the opportunity to have a mentor and have people help her every step along the way.
That changed my life, the Hope Center, 31 years ago. And now I have, I ended up going back to school, ended up, going to grad school, all of that. And all because I had another life I was responsible for, that I was not going to let down, that God decided I should be a mom. Somehow I'm worthy even despite my sin, and it changed everything for me. I want to thank the Hope Center. I want to thank you. I want to thank everyone who donates, who volunteers here. The impact is generational. I mean, this is 31 years later, and I can't even talk about it without crying, so thank you.